Good afternoon, it's Vu. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my little office desktop mini studio here. I'm here to introduce you to the VPR and how to set it up. Thank you for purchasing what is probably an early copy. Welcome to the ground floor of a new revolution in smartphone photography, or at least my little revolution in it. So this is the VPR in full setup. This is as of the time of this recording, the new 363 build. This has two panels, and it also has a side grip on the side here to allow you to operate it one-handed. You can see here you put your smartphone right in with the magnetic mount, and then you can run your app. Let me put up my app. You'll see here your thumb is right where the shutter button should be as you're shooting. There you go. See, you can just shoot, and you can hit it really easily. So that's the idea if you want to one-hand it. The original model is what I think most people will probably want. One, because it's going to cost a little less, and two, it's significantly smaller. So this one here, you would just same mechanism. You would put it on, you put the light panels on the side, and shoot with it just the same. So that's the standard model, and then the max model. I'm going to show you how to set up the unit out of the box here. So we have in the box, you'll have your VPR chassis, whether it's this one or the max sized one, and you'll also have two LED panels. These two LED panels will have a little pouch in them, and this pouch here will contain all sorts of accessories, but you really only need two pieces from them. The two pieces that you'll need are the LED panel and the diffuser panel. So both of these panels here will go on each side of it. So I'll go ahead and disassemble this one so I can assemble this one for you. What you're going to do is first add the LED panel to the notch. There's a notch right here, and then there's a notch corresponding right there. You're going to guide it through the side like so, and then push it down into it. Okay? The key is to wiggle it into the point where it's nice and snug. If you do it correctly, the USB port will be centered. Let's see, focus on my finger, not my face. There we go. So the USB, well, that's an improvement anyway. The USB port will be centered right there if you have it in tight enough, and then you'll be able to charge without removing the panels. Over on this side here, we'll do the same thing. You have the notch here, the tab here, and the notch here. We're going to slide them together, like so. Here we go. If you have a newer build, the LED mounts or the diffuser mounts are split, and so you'll actually be able to see it. Actually, this model is actually easier to show it. Here we go. We put it through the notch, like so. You can see why I split them. It makes it easier to mount them. So some of the newer builds will have that. Functionally, it makes no difference whether they're split or merged together. So there you go. So they're both in. You can see the USB ports are showing on both of them. That's how you know you have it mounted correctly, is if you can see the USB port through the hole. You will use the included white cable that comes with it to charge the device. Just plug it in through the hole and you can charge them that way. You can also remove them if you so choose. That's fine too. Nothing wrong with that. Now let's install the diffuser panel. This is the important thing that separates this from the competition, is that we have a very rigid diffuser panel mount. So we're going to take, there's a groove in the side of the unit here. We're going to go and slide your diffuser panels through this groove like so. You want to get it good and snug so it doesn't move, and then get it good and snug right here too. So we'll go ahead and put this on from the front view so you can see. There we go. Hang tight. I'm doing this blind, so there we go. So you can put it in nice and snug there. If you have one of the slightly older models, which is functionally equivalent but aesthetically a little different, you'll go ahead and you'll line up this notch with the center of this and put it in. Both designs pretty much give you the same photo quality. So if you feel kind of that FOMO feeling of fear of missing out, don't worry. They're pretty much identical. They both hold the panels just as tightly, so no problems there. Let's go ahead, and once you have that done, you'll also see, typically in most packages, you'll see here a magnetic Ziploc bag, and that includes 2 metal stickers. And these metal stickers here are for sticking to your cell phone. There's also a spare cap. The top of the VPR, this early version, has Smile Syllabus Alumni on it. Later versions might have different things inscribed. Some of you may have opted for your name engraved on it, such as fancy Mr. August here. So that's fine too. But you'll have a hot shoe and a flat spot by default. The flat one is slicker and nicer looking. The hot shoe is for mounting things like microphones or accessory lighting or whatever you want to mount that takes a hot shoe mount. The Video Micro Pro by Rode is a very popular edition. Let me see if I have I don't think I have a close-up of that. Let me see. Let's see. Video Mic Pro. There's a mini one here. Let's see. Smartphone, microphone, Rode. Okay, so yeah, it's this one. This is little Video Micro Compact here. So this is the Video Micro Compact on camera microphone. This is a very popular choice for iPhones. Some of them will require an adapter to use with your phone. Samsung phones still, as of now, have headphone jacks. Apple has long banished them. My Nokia one doesn't have it either. It's kind of annoying, but if you're lucky enough to have a phone that still has a hot shoe mount, you can use this. If not, you may have to get a USB adapter. That's beyond the purview of this video. But yes, you can mount this video microphone like that onto the hot shoe here. If you have no need for that, you're just going to use it as a straight smartphone device, pull it off, and then you can plug in this spare cap in the baggie right on there, and then you'll have 2 flush ends to your diffuser. So let's go ahead and put that back down. All right, so the other thing I need to show you, so the hot shoe, we covered the hot shoe mount. I wanted to talk to you about shooting with the phone. I know the panels aren't on there, but just for the sake of argument, let's just pretend they are. So when you're shooting with the phone, what you want to do is, I'm going to switch back to this one here. So when you're shooting with the phone, what you want to do is you want to, if you're using the Max model, you're going to hold it with one hand like this. You'll put yourself, after you've attached this metal sticker to the back of your cell phone case. I don't recommend, by the way, hooking this up to the back of your naked phone. Please do get what I call a TPU bumper case or anything. This is a magnetic, any kind of smartphone device. There is a chance that your phone could drop off the unit. I advise you to be very careful about this. I will replace broken rigs, but I can't afford to replace broken phones for you. So be very careful with that. Stick this magnet on stick on the largest magnet that will fit. That will give you the strongest strength. When you attach it, it will stick on magnetically. And it helps to have the camera in the center hole, just like this. There you go. So you'll have your camera centered horizontally in this hole here. When you turn on your app, for the Max model, when you turn on the app, you'll put your grip here, and then your thumb will be the grip is positioned offset from the rest of the body. It looks like it's sagging downwards. I wish I could have made it prettier looking and had it level, but this is just more ergonomic. We have a nice little grip here, and your thumb is pretty much right where the shutter button is. So that works out ergonomically much, much better for us. And you can just snap away at that point. Now to turn on the lights, each light has a on-off switch right here. okay? And then a dimmer right here, okay? The dimmer goes up and down. And then over here, another dimmer on and off. I recommend having this kind of middle of the road. Also, make sure that you are shooting, when you shoot with this thing, for grip, I'm going to turn this down to minimum just so that I don't blind the poor webcam here. So with the max, you're going to shoot holding the grip, never the phone, okay? For the original model, you will also shoot with holding the apparatus, never the phone. Never, ever, ever grasp this by the phone. What will happen if you grasp by the phone? This can fall off. If you grasp one hand and the other, it can slip. The safest way to operate this thing is thumb here, finger here, and finger here. So 4-finger grasp, or actually, I take that back. You'll have to operate it with 2 fingers here, and then you'll have your other hand here. If you don't have the one-handed grip, let's say you have this one here, you're going to operate it 2 fingers here, and then you'll operate it with turn on your app, and then you'll just shoot like this, okay? You'll hold, the way I do it, and you'll find your own way. I use my pinky to support the bottom of the rig. I use my 2 hands on this side, like so, and then I use my thumb to shoot, okay? You don't really, you want to keep at least a finger on the smartphone. Make sure that your patient is wearing safety glasses or has their eyes closed. This is very bright light. To get good light, you have to turn it up at least halfway. It's to overpower your room lights. You'll get better results if you turn your room lights off, by the way. Regardless of how bright your lights are, you'll always get the best contrast if you can dim all the ambient light. LED light in general, that's how you shoot with it. It can't overpower the room light like a true camera flash can. So make sure you, if possible, for best contrast, turn off your room lights. Have your patients close their eyes or wear shaded goggles at the minimum, but I recommend closing their eyes. It's the easiest way and it's quickest. As far as we went over grasp, again, at least 2, preferably 3 points of contact on the rig itself, and then just 1 finger on the smartphone is the way to go there. If you have the grip, hold it with a grip and then one hand like that. Let me see, what else do I need to go over here with you on this? For the Google Pixel phones, they will white balance like a champ. You won't need to do any settings there. For Apple phones, I don't know. Sometimes it's hit or miss with them. But if possible, you can find an app like Camera Plus or something that will set your white balance to daylight. I'm noticing that these lights, depending on how you look at it, they're about 5,500 Kelvin for those who are technically inclined enough to switch that on your phone apps. Let me see. What other things do we need to go over here? Oh, the reason we have this shelf here on the bottom of the phone or on the bottom of the rig is to prevent the phone from rotating down and off. So you want to leave that on. It should be tight enough. Now, on some of the early production models, there may be a little wiggle. If you are unfortunate enough to have a model that's a little wiggly, a couple of fixes for you. You can, of course, ship it back to me. I'll fix it at no charge and ship it back to you at no charge. You have to pay for shipping to me, but other than that, I'll pay for shipping back if you want me to do it. If you don't want to, go through the hassle of packing it, what you can do, if it's a little wiggly here, squirt a couple drops of flowable here and here, push it in with one hand, and then just cure it. The flowable will firm it right up and basically cement it in place if you happen to have a little play there. Outside of the first few prints, we have that issue pretty much solved. You can see here, as of build 363, it's rock solid. I actually almost had to take a hammer to put this in, so it's pretty darn tight at this point. So I don't know if anybody has any questions on this, but I hope you enjoy using this. Oh, one other thing, shooting with as far as smartphone shooting, there's a lot of technique involved with that, but the easiest thing to remember is to pinch to zoom to 2x on your app before you shoot. You'll get the best, most distortion-free results. That way, if you have a newer camera, such as an iPhone X, XS, Samsung 10 Plus, Samsung 10, 9 Plus, Note 9, all those cameras have built-in 2x zoom lenses. If you have a Huawei Mate 20, P20, and P30, those have 3 and 5x zooms. The more telephoto zoom you can include before you shoot, the more geometrically accurate your dental photography shots will be. If you don't use zoom and you just go in close, one of two things will happen. Either the teeth will look very barrel distortion shaped because of perspective distortion. They'll look kind of like the door hole peephole or the Christmas tree ornament effect, or you'll just hit the patient with some part of the VPR because it's too close, depending on your phone's focal length. So we don't want either of those. So please remember to set the zoom and then shoot. I think that's all I can think of right now. I'm sorry for the rough, impromptu nature of this recording, but I wanted to get something out to you guys quickly. I'll probably record something a little more refined down the road, but I do want to say thank you very much for supporting me and my, I don't even know how many hundreds of hours of engineering, but all the effort that I've put into this. Thank you for your vote of confidence in my ideas. Thank you for advancing dental photography. Thank you for advancing dentistry. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope it improves the quality of what you do. I hope it encourages you to share more work that you do. And I hope, that you will be encouraging and kind to other people who share their work also. Let's promote a positive culture out there on the internet. Let's promote awesome dentistry. Thank you again so much for all your support in this little project of mine. Until next time, this is Vu. Thank you.